This video is going to be met with a fair amount of backlash, which is fair because I'm kind of putting forward a controversial opinion. But hopefully you guys see where I'm coming from, but I know a lot of people are going to give me the "but it's always been there" argument. Yeah, you read the title right, we're talking about flashbangs and stun grenades in Call of Duty. Frankly, I'm tired of them. I've been tired of them for years. But I thought now, since I'm a YouTuber, let's just talk about the fact that they shouldn't be here. And then, let's talk about all of the other things surrounding flashbangs and stuns that have brought me to this boiling point with Modern Warfare. Let's talk about this first. What has brought me to my boiling point with Call of Duty Modern Warfare compared to previous Call of Duty games? Like I said from the beginning of Modern Warfare's info coming out, guaranteeing people a lethal and tactical is going to lead to lethal and tactical spam. The Pick 10 system has a ton of flaws and a lot of things I don't like about it, but at least with the Pick 10 system you have to give something up in order to run a concussion or frag grenade. And now, of course, I could do a whole video about grenade and explosive spam, but I feel like grenades and explosives don't bug me as much when compared to stuns and flashbangs. So when you have a Call of Duty game where you don't really need to worry about what you're giving up in order to have a lethal and tactical, you're always going to have them. And nothing in Modern Warfare makes it easier to win a gunfight than a stun grenade or flashbang. So that's a lot of people's default choices. You see, with frag grenades or Simtexes, even C4s, which in my opinion needed a nerf in Modern Warfare long ago, or RPGs did as well, but whatever. The thing is with those lethal pieces of equipment, you have to sort of, in my opinion, you have to hit them with it. For the most part, you need to nail them with it. And EOD in Modern Warfare clamps any bit of explosive damage down to non-lethal levels unless you're direct impacted if you are at full health. So as long as you have full health, which I think is a little ridiculous, I think you should be above 75% health for this to work, but that's fine. Either way, EOD will allow you to survive a C4 or a frag or a Simtex. You can sort of eat it, and then if you have stims, you can get your health back. If you have quick fix, you can get a kill and get your health back, or you can just hang out behind cover. And even though you're one shot, maybe, let's just say that, worst case scenario, you are one shot from a Simtex going off, at least you can control yourself and win a gunfight if you're good. Concussions and flashbangs remove the opponent's skill. It takes it 110% out of the equation, and Modern Warfare does not have a competent hard counter. Now, you might say a hard counter would be overpowered, but I'd ask you how. See, this game only allows you to have one perk out of perk 3, so you're giving up every other perk in perk 3 to run flashbang resistance, essentially. So, also, you're not taking anything away from your class to run a flashbang or concussion. The only thing you're doing is picking them over other tacticals, and other tacticals will not win you as many gunfights, at least as easily, as the flashbang and concussion. I'm not saying gas, stems, smoke, and snapshots don't have their place, but what I am saying is that EOD clamps damage on explosives, and perks like Spotter allow you to see placed explosives through walls, and so you can combine those two perks and essentially get a hard counter. Where, as in with concussions and flashbangs, you have a soft counter, a single soft counter. Now it's nice that Battle Hardened counters so many different things, but the concussions and flashbangs are so soft countered. When I see that somebody got hit with my flashbang or concussion, I see that little Battle Hardened indicator, I push them anyway because I know they're disoriented, they're gonna have trouble seeing, and I'm likely going to have the upper hand in the gunfight. And this is the problem. You're basically able to throw a little grenade into a room quickly that all it needs to do is go off in proximity of somebody. They can't turn and face the corner and not get flashbanged. Unless there's cover between the person's face and the flashbang going off, it's just going to be a nightmare for them. And a lot of times you'll get behind cover when you see a flashbang enter the room, and it'll go off at a weird angle and flash your character anyway. Flash grenades don't have to be in your face, they can be behind you, they can be at your left or right, and the effects really aren't dampened. So yeah, there's no hard counter to them, there's no grenade indicator, there's a short fuse on them, they're thrown quickly, they don't have to go off in front of your face, so you can't turn your back to them like you can in Rainbow Six Siege. So really, when somebody throws a concussion or flashbang into your room, the engagement is either going to get nullified or the person's just gonna come in and fuck your shit up. They're just gonna kill you and you're not gonna be able to do anything because you're completely blinded or slowed down to the point that you can't win the gunfight. It takes all of the skill out of the situation. Now, smart players, they will do certain cool things, like they'll throw a C4 into a doorway after they get concussion and then detonate it. There's cool things you can do. I'm not saying you're completely defenseless, but you won't always have a cool thing to be able to do when it's just constantly happening. One of the things I do to my opponents often when I know they're running towards a hard point, I find like the cutoff area, this is where they're gonna have to come to get to the objective. I'll just chuck a flashbang over there and get a free hit marker and just stop their assault. And that nullifies an engagement. That makes them have to stop, which when you stop in Call of Duty, especially in an objective game mode with the time ticking down, that is detrimental, of course. But also, if I know where enemies are specifically, that flashbang goes off right next to them, and those gunfights are as good as mine. I don't think you have a 20% chance of winning a gunfight when you're fully concussioned or fully flashbanged. I really think you have more of like a 10%, 5% chance of winning if you're fighting a good player of your or higher skill level. So 6 minutes in, that's my boiling point. That's what has me frustrated. You guys already know how concussions and flashbangs work, so you might think I'm wasting your time, but my proposal is just get rid of them. Take them out of Call of Duty. Why should there be gunfight winning grenades in COD? Really, I'm asking. Why should they be there? How much skill do they require a person to use? And before you say that Call of Duty is a low skill game, and so of course there's gonna be gunfight winning grenades, duh, boom, Call of Duty's casual. Okay, I don't wanna hear that. Let's think outside that box. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Why does Call of Duty need to be that? Call of Duty's gunplay is already incredibly easy and simplistic compared to other shooters. Call of Duty is very intuitive and snappy. Why have these grenades in the game? Why have them be so powerful? Why guarantee a player the ability to have one for free? Why not have a hard counter for them at the very fucking least? There's really no answers to these questions that I'm going to accept other than, yeah, you're right, let's get rid of them. Because think about it, we've had concussions and flashbangs in like every Call of Duty since COD 4. Even COD World War II shoehorned them in, and that was super fun. In fact, my entire experience with COD World War II was getting concussioned and bouncing bettied at least 6 times a game. And even in COD games where you had to give something up to have a concussion or flashbang, like let's say Black Ops 2, it still just completely threw your shit out of whack when you got hit by one. At least Tac Mask in Black Ops 2 properly worked, and I felt like I could survive shock charges, concussion grenades, and flashbangs just fine, but it also turned Tac Mask into a bit of a crutch, and I'm pretty sure every class I used had Dexterity, Tac Mask, Toughness, Ghost, or Flak Jacket. Because not running Tac Mask essentially meant that if one of those things went off near you, you lost your gunfight. Why give people such a reward for using these pieces of equipment? Why not give them a hard counter? Why guarantee them? It's a mind-boggling decision to me at this point. It's been years of these little things ruining gunfight after gunfight. One question is, why don't they last like 2 seconds? Like, leave them in the game. Okay, let's say we leave them in the game. Let's say we nerf them so that they go off and you're flashed for 2 seconds. You're concussioned for 2 seconds, and then you have like, sort of half a second of recovery, and then you're back to normal. So about 2.5 seconds, and then you're back to normal. That's still more than enough time for you to die in Call of Duty, but the person that throws the grenade at you needs to be ready to capitalize quickly instead of just hitting you with the grenade and then sort of, wandering in slowly and killing you, knowing they have 5 to 6 seconds to do so. Or more in some cases, at least it feels like. These things don't take skill, these things aren't hard to use, I don't want to hear that they are. I don't care if they're a big deal in the pro scene, I don't care if they're a big deal in SND, I don't give a shit. They are gunfight winners, for babies, essentially. And that's why I'm going to start throwing them a lot more. See, my videos don't have the reach that I wish they did. This video is not going to get any traction. To a lot of people, it's just going to be complaining. So what I'm going to do is when I'm playing Modern Warfare, I'm going to run Restock and Amped more often than not, and I am going to flashbang the fuck out of every single corner, room, and piece of cover that I can find. I'm going to force my opponents to use Battle Harden and then remind them that it doesn't work properly. And then maybe after those matches where I'm obsessively flashing everybody, they'll go on Twitter and complain until Treyarch or Infinity Ward or whoever the hell fucking else makes a Call of Duty game decides to take a walk on the wild side and get rid of gunfight winning grenades when it comes to Call of Duty. Just a thought. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Do you like flashbangs and concussions? Do you like getting easy gunfights? Do you mind getting flashbang or concussion? Is it just a me thing? Am I weird for not liking complete control of a situation being taken away from me because somebody hit LB on their controller? Let me know. I'll listen to your comments down below, I guess. But either way, I'll see you when I see you guys. Goodbye.